Notebooks. Good morning, pharmacy. Happy Friday. Ooh, it's the seniors' last Friday here. Still haven't heard about your licenses, but okay. If you're a freshman, get ready to take notes for finals. I go over everything we've gone over from the beginning of the class, and then I also write down stuff if I have to. Okay? If you hear me say hint, hint, wink, wink, it's either for the finals, but we're doing a review of finals. It may also be for the PTCE, most likely. Okay? Okay. There's a little bit of math on the tech duties final. Yeah? That's why we did that practical exam too. You have to know how to calculate the supply quantity to be dispensed. All the fun stuff. Okay. Let's start. A pharmacy technician may legally counsel patients, yes or no?
No.
This is, sorry, because I don't have the proper laptop today. I'm on my phone. Okay. Say yes or no. Pharmacy technician may legally do the final check.
No.
May legally authorize refills.
No. Oh, well, they don't have to go.
Who authorizes refills?
The doctor.
The doctor.
The doctor.
A pharmacy technician may legally repackage medications.
Yes.
Okay. What is the minimum passing grade for the PTCE?
14.
Of course, on the PTCE, it will not ask you. But on the finals, it's asking you. What's the minimum passing grade for PTCE? Josh? He reported on this. Not about. It's a specific number. Can be, what's your passing score about? It's a specific number. What? Give me a number. I'll stop the review. 1400. I know, but you don't seem like you're sure. There's a question mark at the end.
I was sure 14.
Okay. Has to be exclamation, right? Which of the following is defined as flat, out-of-pocket fee that a patient is required to pay for each health visit? Copay. I don't have to give you options, okay? What do you call a method of collaborating with other pharmacists, prescribers, and pertinent healthcare professionals to provide safe, effective, and coordinated care? No. Do you call it Pharmacist Recovery Network, Pharmacy Benefits Manager, Pharmacognosy, Pharmacist Patient Care Process? PBM is the middleman. You have to remember that. Okay? I'm ready to stop this review. What do you call that process when doctors, pharmacists, and prescribers, pharmacists, and the patient collaborate, and other health professional? I talked about this, and I said, I hope we never forget the word care in healthcare. When the pharmacist is involved, the doctor's involved, talking about or collaborating about safe, effective care for the patient. What do you call that process? And that is a part of health care. And the word also has the word care. I heard Kathy, she said it's the last option. Pharmacist patient care process. That's the patient care process. They have to discuss what's the best treatment or care for the patient when doctors and pharmacists collaborate. Why is my voice like this? I know. I didn't make tea. And my coffee's sweet. Ugh. I don't like sweet coffee in the morning. My coffee has to be strong in the morning. I'm gonna make the tea that Josh gave me.
No, you're gonna sleep on it.
No, he gave me a ginger lemon. Which one did he give you?
No, the one you made for Secrets 3, remember?
Okay.
The sleepy tea.
The sleepy tea. Okay. Most of the prescription costs in the US are covered by, is it cash, Medicaid, Medicare Part D, or third-party health insurance?
Really?
Huh? It's third party. What does third party mean? Insurance. Remember we talked about first party, second party, and third party? When you say third party, who is that? Insurance. So, most of the insurances in the US is covered by, most of the prescriptions in the US is covered by health insurance. Okay? Very few pay cash. Okay? Followed by Medicare Part D. Okay? Still insurance is number one. Okay? Other countries don't have a health insurance system in place. So most of them pay cash. Okay? But pay cash, yeah, but their prescription is only $3, $2. Don't oh my.
Yeah, that's so good.
They don't have a PBM. They don't have a middleman. Yeah, you walk in, you get a prescription for $1, $2. Yeah. Yeah, it's cash basis. Okay. This is the reason why Americans go to Mexico to get their prescriptions. Okay. Which of the following pieces of information is not needed to process a workers' compensation claim? You know what workers' comp is? We talked about it, right? What is workers' comp?
When you get hurt at work.
When you get hurt at work and the work insurance, workers' comp, covers that injury. Okay? So, do you think, because the question is which is not needed, do you need the social security number? Yes, you do. Do you need the date of injury? Yes, you do. Do you need the name of the employer? Yes, you do. Do you need the type and severity of the injury?
Yes.
Do you need the type and severity of the injury?
No, actually, no. They do ask you for your injury, but they don't really care.
Exactly. So they ask your injury, but they don't really care how severe, how bad, right? What type of injury you had. But you need all this information. Actually, you don't need to ask them what the injury is. Yeah? But you need to know the employer so you know who's covering it. Okay. Okay. Card fill. Card fill is one of many pharmacy technician duties in what type of setting?
Hospital.
Very good. We do have our crash card. So, you know that area of our pharmacy is hospital, right? But this area is combination. So this functions as a retail, and this also functions as the PO, call it a PO section in the hospital. It's where you fill all oral medications, okay? And then that side is our IV. Okay, I want you to take note of this, letters and numbers, because I think I have the recording in reverse. Okay, DEA number, let's check for validity of DEA number. You might want to start. Do you know how to check for validity of DEA number? Okay, the name of the doctor or the prescriber is Dr. Ellen Hemingway. Ellen Hemingway. Okay. First option, BX 1456720. You think that you can consider this?
No,
Why not?
because it doesn't have her initials.
Because it doesn't have H on the second letter or the second spot, which is her last name. Good. This one, CH, you might want to consider this, right? Okay, so write the numbers. 421 8604. 421 8604. Here's another one. BD. Do we consider that? Another one you need to cross out right away because it doesn't have the H on the second character or the second spot, right? Okay. What about this one? BH 1456727. BH 1456727. Tell me which one. You remember? Add the first, the third, and the fifth digits. Second spot. Add a second step. Add a second, the fourth, and the sixth digit. Do not forget to, that's why I did step 2, multiplied by 2. That's why I redid the whole step, so you'll never forget that step 2 is times 2. After you check the first qualifiers, right? Okay, ready? Which one's the correct answer? Correct. BH 1456727. Next one. On a controlled substance prescription, we have to process, what must we have to process the prescription? Prescriber's medical license number. Do we need to have that? Yeah, but we can look it up, right? All locations that the prescriber works out of. The prescriber's NPI number. Or the prescriber's DEA number. Because it's a controlled substance, the prescriber must have a valid DEA number. Okay? Which of these forms of which of these are acceptable forms of payment? Okay? Cash. Yes. Okay. Remember, I've been paying cash for my mom's prescription. Okay. Health savings account. What's the acronym for a health savings account? Not HCA, that's the program here. That's Healthcare Administration. HSA. That's where you save. If you're working, you have an option. If you have a high deductible, you have an option to save money, pre-tax, okay, to use in your medical bills. Credit card. Yes. So all of these are acceptable tenders or modes of payment. Okay. Next one. Emerging therapies with medications that can be sold in the United States must be, who approves it? FDA, correct. Okay. This one, because we haven't, I'm going to give the answer to this one because not all of you have done compounding. Okay. But to those of you who has done compounding, I know you know the answer to this. We did a practical exam on this in the Maryland campus, remember? Okay. When you're using a graduated cylinder, Okay. To read it accurately, where do you look?
On the lower. Minor.
Upper or lower meniscus?
Lower.
Lower meniscus, correct. Okay, how do you read? At, Yami, what did you say? Eye level, right? But I do suggest that you don't do like this, okay? What did we do during the practical exam? Flat on a stable surface on the table, and then you squat. Look at it eye level. And then what did I do? I slammed on the table for the droplets on the side to go inside or go with the rest of the liquid or the water or the fluid. That clear? Okay. Next one. REMS was, Miss J was talking about REMS yesterday, right? I heard you. I heard her. REMS stand for?
Risk evaluation and mitigation strategy.
Good job. Risk evaluation and mitigation strategy. This acronym always shows up on the PTCE. Next one. Natural disaster, you presented on this in lab, right? Okay. Natural disaster may compromise our heating, our cooling system, which can directly damage our inventory of drugs. Good job. Okay, so what must a pharmacy have? A generator. Remember the old trick I told you back in the day? How do we know that there was a power failure when we come back the next day? We used to put a penny in ice tray on top of the ice. What happens? What do we see the next day if there was power failure? Yeah, I would say because the ice would melt, so the penny would be at the bottom. That was an old trick that we did. Yeah, but nowadays most hospitals got a generator. It kicks in right away. Okay, it's only a problem because generation is run by gas, right? So we only have problems now if it kept running for a long time. They ran out of gas, right? And it's days and days and days. That's why natural disaster, right? Okay. But if it's like just a power failure of a couple of hours, surely hospitals and pharmacies are fine. Okay. In pharmacy, ADE is abbreviation for ADE is the abbreviation for adverse drug event. If it's ADR, adverse drug reaction. Who do we report this to? That's the program. The program is called MedWatch, correct? Run by the FDA, correct. Those two also show up on the PTCE. So adverse drug events are reported through a program by the FDA called MedWatch. Capital M, capital W, but one word. Okay? What do you call an emergency order that takes first priority in hospital setting? Stat order, all caps, stat. Okay? Which means?
Fast.
Immediately. Immediately, you have to fill it right away. Okay, so what is the best reference book to use in determining the compatibility of two intravenous medications mixed together? I talked about this in law.
Is it the orange book?
Not the orange book. Orange book is the therapeutic equivalent. No.
No, the purple one is the only.
It's the name of a person. Remember, it's an injectables book.
Oh, I remember, but I don't remember the name.
Starts with the letter T. I talked about this in law. So, of course, you're not going to put the full name of the book. No. Trissels. You found it? Trissels, okay? Trissels Handbook of Injectable Drugs. So on the finals and on the PTCE, they're not going to put of injectable drugs in there because it's a giveaway. But if they do, that's the giveaway. So when you're talking about compatibility of two injectables, IV, intramuscular, You look at the book or the reference called Trissel's Handbook. Trissel''. Trissel's. Okay. The orange book is for therapeutic equivalents. The red book is for average wholesale price. Remember these three major books. They show up on the PTCE. Okay. Average wholesale price. The red book will also have price of HIV medications. Okay. Okay. Okay, tell me if this is a professional standard of behavior. Rolling your eyes at patients.
No.
Poor hygiene.
No.
Calling off frequently.
No.
Appearance and attitude. Yes. Okay. With every negative patient interaction, we should always remain. Aw, very good. No matter what. Okay? Leave those things right here in the bubble. Don't let it out. Okay? And then when you get home or get in your car, let it out. That patient. Right? That's why it's just easier when you're on the phone because you just mute. You just mute. Face to face, sometimes it'll be hard to control yourself, okay? Yeah, so try to be as calm as possible. High alert medications are medications that. High alert medications are medications that. What are high alert medications? Are they taken only once a day?
No, isn't it like,
Do they cause sedation and dizziness?
yes.
The pharmacist must alert the FDA about it
No.
or have a known and specific risk.
Known and specific risk.
Not all high alert medication is taken once a day. Not all high alert medication has dizziness and drowsiness effect. Okay. Get ready with your calculators. Take 1 TSP by mouth, BID for 10 days. How many milliliters will be needed for this order? Take 1 TSP by mouth, BID for 10 days. I don't know. The question is how many milliliters will be needed for this order?
1 TSP, BID, 10 days.
1 TSP, BID, 10 days. Don't give me a question mark. I'm asking you, don't ask me back.
100 ml, period.
100 ml, correct. Because Yami was like, 100 ml?
No, that was heavy, but
Give me a concrete answer. When I'm asking you, don't ask me back. Okay? Just like in your practical exam. Don't ask me. I'm asking you. Okay, let's do this. What's OD?
Right eye.
Right eye. Oculodexter. Dexter is always right. Remember what I told you? Dexter is always right. So anything with the letter D and then an organ, that's the right side of the organ or the body. OD. Okay? What's OS? Left eye. Oculosinister. Okay? Sinister is always the left side. Okay? So when you draw a letter U on your face, that becomes OU. It becomes both eyes. Okay? Let's talk about the ears. Okay? So oculo is the Latin word for the eye. You can think about it as ocular, ophthalmic. Right? Okay. Right ear would be?
AD.
AD came from the Latin words aurum dexter. Another dexter. Aurum. If you want to remember it, more layman, audio. Okay. AS would be left ear, aurum sinister. And if I draw a letter U on my face, it becomes OU, and it becomes, AU. AU, and it becomes both ears. Okay, now, what do you call the dosage form that goes in the eyes? Ophthalmic, correct. Okay, don't get confused. What do you call the dosage form that goes in the ears? Otic, very good. OTIC. Those are possible questions all the time, not necessarily on your finals, but on the PTCE. Okay, so the students confuse optic with otic. Yeah, think about otitis media. Otitis, infection, right? Itis is infection, and then otic is ear. Media is middle. That's why we talked about this middle ear infection. Okay, we're going to do a review of pharmacology after break. Okay, but for right now, tech duties, they overlap. Okay, next one. Another math. Get ready. A doctor has ordered a patient to take 80 milligrams of a medication. The stock bottle says 25 mg per ml. The bottle states 25 mg per ml. Those of you who are fast at math, seal it. Okay? Give the others the opportunity to solve it. How many milliliters will be prepared for this patient? Again, a doctor ordered a patient to take 80 milligrams of a drug or medication. The stock bottle states 25 mg per ml. How many milliliters will be prepared for the patient?
Can we answer now?
Not yet. Fabian, you solving it? Fabian, are you solving it? You got an answer for me? No? Calvin, answer. What? I was about to say mini me right at the back, but he's so big. He's bigger than me, so I have a big me right there beside you. Correct. 3.2 ml. Good job. Okay. Next one. You remember PDMP? What is PDMP? Prescription Drug Monitoring Program. What is this? Who runs it?
The state,
State by state. What does this do, Ty?
it monitors the prescription.
You had a story about it.
It's for the pseudo. Oh, no, it's for the,
Justin reported this. You have a story about it.
if you're,
How can I remember this, guys?
if diversion.
There you go. The word is diversion. Justin reported on diversion, right? But Ty had a story about diversion. That man was trying to fill his what?
His C2 because of.
What was he trying to fill? Ty, your story.
Yeah, but I don't remember this stuff. I'm not telling you.
This was just last week.
Do you know I have stress? You gave me a test.
Oh my God. Okay, so she said this man was trying to get a prescription from Walgreens, and he said and then they caught that he actually filled this prescription on Amazon. You think I'm old? I am old, but I remember things, right? So what is the drug?
Oh, but you didn't say the drug.
Controlled substance?
It was a control.
No, she said the drug.
She said, it was Xanax. It was Xanax. What was that? Was Xanax? I don't remember what you said. I don't know.
She told the whole story and she forgot what it is.
Yeah. It's not.
She's the younger.
PDMP is for diversion. What is diversion?
It's when you try to.
The one who presented it. How could you guys forget when you have a project, a report, a research paper, and you presented about it?
I know.
Do you want me to take back your 100% on that project?
It's like when a prescription is like changed or altered, or when
Diversion?
wait. But then, or like a patient would like would try to get more out of like their prescription or something like that.
How
I
could
know
you?
what it is. It's just like I just can't like.
Rainy, what's diversion? Divert.
When you,
Do you remember when we took you to the board hearing?
Yeah, when you.
The backpack doctor who had a lot of drugs in his backpack?
Yeah, he was selling it. As if he's selling
No, he didn't. I didn't admit to selling it.
You trying to get extra. Diversion is when you're trying to get more than what you're prescribed. So like if you go to the pharmacy and then they fill it and then you go somewhere else and get it and hey.
Yeah,
When you obtain medications illegally.
that can be a good
When
definition.
you, when a medication is given through, is prescribed to someone and you dispense it to another person.
That can be an example. But diversion is one.
Diversion is when you.
It usually happens on controlled substances, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's what?
So
Lying.
So that's one example. You're not giving the patient enough drug because you're stealing part of it, right? You're injecting. Remember my story about one pharmacist, and he is the caretaker of his dad, and his dad is in pain, and he was wondering why the Norco wasn't working. And then he quit working. He's one of the instructors in another campus. He quit working to full-time take care of his dad. When he opened a bottle of Norco, apparently the caregiver was actually, their caregiver replaced it with just Tylenol and stole the Norco. So it's basically stealing, right? For what reason? For your own consumption, because you're a drug addict, or to sell. That's why another example is that doctor who was caught with a backpack full of narcotics.
Who apparently wasn't selling.
Well, he wasn't selling. He said he just keeps forgetting to return it, right? So access is a problem too, okay? Other people do it in terms of, say, you need to inject a controlled substance in an IV, right? You inject normal saline and then you put it away. That's why there has to be a checks and balance on those things. The vial has to be checked. The vial has to be checked before discarded. There has to be a pharmacist witnessing it, a second pharmacist witnessing like the disposal of those things. Okay, that's diversion. Okay, I remember Ms. J talk about this. FMEA, F-M-E-A. E-A.
It's military.
Correct. It's a military version of RCA. What's RCA?
root cause analysis.
Very good. This is law, right? Root cause analysis, okay? When something happens in the hospital or anywhere, okay, I'll just say hospital because it's the practice that we're in, okay? When something happens, like a medication error, they should be doing an RCA, root cause analysis. What caused the problem? Is it a system problem? Overstaffed, underwork, or is it an equipment problem? Remember the Summerlin baby case? It is both fatigue, over fatigue on the part of the staff. On top of that, it's a equipment problem. Okay? So that's a root cause analysis. But if you bring that terminology in the military setting, it's called FMEA. And what's FMEA? F-M-E-A. Because it's a large level root cause analysis. I heard it. Justin.
Failure mode and effects analysis.
Failure mode and effects analysis. So FMEA is a larger RCA, and it's usually in the military setting. Okay? You remember PAI? First slide, first day of lecture for me. I was the one who covered it. Huh?
PMI?
PMI, that's our school. PAI.
Oh, okay.
Not PIA. You are my PIA. I'll say it later. PAI. This is created by ASHP. This is developed by ASHP. It was one of the first slides on my first day of lecture for tech duties. Practice, advancement, initiative. What does it say? What is it about? Okay, so practice, advancement, initiative. There are requirements, right? What did they do when they developed what did ASHP do when they developed PAI? Pharmacy technicians must be not certified, or state must have gone through training. Also, education. Education is the bottom line of PAI. Yeah, because back in the day, techs can just what? Be techs without going through training. Right? Okay, so CVS, Walgreens will take them. They always say take them from the streets. And then they train them internally. With the PAI developed by ASHP, techs are now required to be trained, okay, or educated. Okay? Another thing. This was when advancement of tech, okay? So they suggest certification, of course, but it still varies per state. Still varies per state. Does our state require certification?
No.
No. Nevada only requires licensing. However, it's catch-22. Why?
Because you need a certification.
Because employers require it.
Walmart.
Okay, even Walmart requires it now. Yeah, hospitals, you cannot work in a hospital without CPhT title. Okay, not in this town. Okay, that's the #1 requirement. Okay, so remember PAI, practice advancement initiative, is education is the bottom line. Okay, and this is also why we have now other certifications such as MTM, MedRec Tech, MTM Tech, right? Diversion specialist, inventory management tech, okay? All the specialties came about because of ASHP's development of PAI, Practice Advancement Initiative. Any questions? That's it, Pansit.
No way.
That's all.
How many questions are there?
Yeah. Oh, I'm wrong. I skipped one more. One more. The ISMP, remember ISMP? Law. Talked about this in law. Recommends the use of blank on labels to help reduce medication errors.
Oh, man.
Tall man,
Tall man lettering. What is the tall man lettering?
so that you don't get the medications mixed up.
I know it's a tool to prevent medication errors, but what does it do? What does it look like?
Some of the words.
When some letters or syllables are capitalized because there are drugs that are,
They have the same suffixes or same,
what do you call that group of drugs? Look-alike, sound-alike drugs. Lassa or others call it as salad. Sound-alike, look-alike drugs, salad. Okay? What does ISMP stand for? Very good. Institute for Safe Medication Practices. So they always have recommendations on what to use to prevent medication errors, okay? Let me go over the definitions. Okay, when you say licensing, okay, are you licensed as a pharmacy tech in trainee in the state of Nevada? Yes. Well, to those of you who are still waiting for a license, that's your fault. You submitted it late. I've been trying to follow up, but I don't get any response. So anyway, you are called licensed pharmacy technician in training, right? Is that considered registered in the Nevada State Board of Pharmacy?
Yes.
Yes. So being licensed is also being registered. Remember my story during law? So you went through the process of registration. Registration is to be part of the list. You're now part of a list, a database of pharmacy tech in training. Okay? You're now part of that. Once you finish the program, you're now part of the database or a list for pharmacy technicians, right? And I told you during the pandemic, everyone received a letter. Like, come out and volunteer, come out and help, because we lack hands, we lack people, we lack medical, paramedical, allied medical, professionals to help. So registration means entering, okay, or applying to be part of a list, okay? Licensing is similar. It's just that you're issued a license to be part of the list, okay? Certification, on the other hand, okay, is usually taking an assessment, be it written or practical, okay? So what did you do during your IV certification?
We were tested on our knowledge.
You were tested on your knowledge by having a practical exam. You also did 9 modules. You remember that? Online. So you're tested on paper or digitally on top of a practical exam. That's a certification. Okay? Is PTCB certification taking the PTCE as certification? Yes. So that's the difference. Okay? So are you going to get a certificate of completion after finishing this program? Yes, that is certification. Are you following? Okay. So that's the difference between certification, registration, and licensing. Okay? Accreditation, on the other hand, is when an organization comes to an institution and audits, checks whether they're doing the right thing. For us, it's ASHP and ABHES. For hospitals, what do we call the accrediting body for hospitals? 3 letters. Very good. TJC, the Joint Commission. So if you have old notes from me, they're called JCO back in the day, JCAHO. Okay? But now it's just TJC, the Joint Commission. Okay. Next one. Submitting a prescription claim to insurance is done by, what do you call that term? Adjudication. Very good. Online adjudication. This is when the pharmacy computer talks to the insurance computer and then they bill them. That's online adjudication. Okay? The word adjudication is there. That's it. Online adjudication. That's the answer. Okay? What is one of the best tools that can help avoid medication errors? Memorizing NDC numbers, yes or no?
No.
To this day, I've been a pharmacist 26 years. I don't memorize any of them.
This would be horrible.
Yeah? Trusting that the pharmacist will catch all errors.
No.
No! We bank on you too. Okay? Teamwork. Listening to music while filling.
No.
It's like debatable, right? What about the barcoding technology?
Yes.
That's the one. Okay? Which reference book, here comes the books again. Gammy's answer a while ago was correct.
It's purple, man.
Because I already talked about the red. I talked about the orange, right? I talked about the trizzles. Without me saying it, you know, it's the purple book now, right? Back in the day, we didn't have this purple book. I wasn't aware of that. So anyway, they call it the purple book. Okay, this is a list of licensed biological products with reference product exclusivity and biosimilarity or interchangeability of evaluations. Okay, so again, orange book is therapeutic equivalence. Red book is average wholesale price. Trizzle's handbook of injectable drugs is injectable, so IVIM. Okay, and then the purple book is the biosimilarity and interchangeability evaluations. Okay. Okay, MedRec. You remember that? MedRec and MTM. So tell me if this is the definition of medication reconciliation, okay? Thank God my voice is running out on a Friday, not a Monday. Is it the negative consequences of taking a drug? No. Is it taking a powder medication and adding a diluent to turn into a liquid medication? Is it ordering rare medications? Is it the process of closely determining patients' daily medication so the pharmacist can accurate, up-to-date information? Has accurate, up-to-date information. Remember, I told you MedRec tech is one of the highest paid techs in practice, okay? We got one of our students who's a MedRec tech, 45 an hour.
Wow.
Why? Because they're doing kind of like the job of a pharmacist. They check all their medications. Is there a drug-to-drug interaction, drug to food, drug to disease? They're analyzing that. So you can't just be a MedRec right away. It takes experience, hospital experience specifically, for you to catch those things. Your partners, you work hand in hand, very close with a pharmacist to help them catch or see possible medication errors, okay? What percentage, I don't like these questions because this is statistics question and it changes over time. What percentage of drugs, but it's in your book, dispensed in community pharmacies are generic drugs?
80%.
Good job. How'd you know?
Because I remember Ms. J saying the same thing we just said, and it's 90% now, and then.
Right. So PTCE doesn't ask you questions like this, like statistics, because it changes. It's not a forever statistics, right? So right at the time of writing this, generics is 80%. Okay. ISMP recommends the use of, I already asked this, tall man lettering. Why? Because there are drugs that fall under LASA or salad. Okay. You guys, oh, we didn't do this practice. This is another activity that I skipped. Okay. What is the term used for sorting out requests in the pharmacy when we determine urgent, needs to be handled now, and what requests can wait? What do you call that term? Triage. Say triage.
Triage.
Okay. This also happens in emergency situations, natural disasters, right? We talked about it in passing, but we didn't do the activity. Okay. So who do you help first? Who do you rescue first? Right? Okay. A pharmacy technician may choose a role as a non-sterile compounding tech. There are certifications for this now. Compounding pharmacist, sterile compounding, CSPT, compounding sterile pharmacy technician, non-sterile compounding pharmacy technician. Okay, those are all specialties. You already have the compounding sterile pharmacy technician certification. Okay, so what do you call a pharmacy technician? A pharmacy technician may choose a role as non-sterile compounding technician, which is also known as sterile compounding technician. Yes or no? No. Sterile is different from non-sterile. Okay. Extemporaneous compounding technician. Yes, that's it. Extemporaneous is the same as non-sterile. EXTEMPORANEOUS, extemporaneous. So when you say sterile compounding, what does that entail? Where do you compound it? In the clean room, in the hood, and you must be garb. Okay? Bless you, bless you, bless you. Examples of drugs that we compound, sterile compounding. Eye drops is sterile, IV. All your injectables. Okay. Now, non-sterile compounding would be creams, ointments, lotions, right? When you reconstitute suspensions, all the things that you did when we went to the herb store, sterile or non-sterile? Non-sterile. So the condition for sterile would be in the clean room, you're garbed, in the hood. Okay? laminar air fluid. Any questions? Now I'm truly done. Now I'm truly done. Miss J and I watched the videos. I was about to upload mine on the videos, but the internet here is so slow. I know. But I saw it's nice to see those videos. But I also took others outside and inside, so I'll add them. Okay. Any questions? Are you ready for finals? Finals is on Monday.
No, I'm gonna rotate that.
It's over, it should be fresh.
It's fractionated. I got it.
You crazy?
It's gonna leave by the time.
Finals for both. Finals for both pharmacology and tech duties is on Monday. Okay.
That's what Jay's time.
I'm gonna make one more follow-up on your licenses, and that's it. We'll see. Okay. Pharmacology and tech duties Monday, and your lab finals with Miss J is Tuesday. We start a new sequence Wednesday.
I can't wait for that.
But we eat on Tuesday. We go out to La Loca. Okay, we're driving there. What time does it open? Opens at 9, so we can go at 10.
If we're drinking
Miss J is on PTO that day, but she will meet us there. I'll be teaching morning and night on Tuesday. Okay, bring your bring extra clothes if you are going to order
Of course.
drinks
We don't want to do the thing.
in there. Okay. I'll be back 10:30 for our pharmacology lecture. What? I don't even know.